and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the comments section below. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how houseplants will happily clean your indoor air. It's actually one of their main jobs is to clean your indoor air and to make it nice and pretty while they do it. So they make your house pretty and they also clean your air at the same time and make it very healthy. So I was actually in the late 1990s, I interviewed B.C. Wolverton, who is the author of the seminal book in this area of how houseplants clean indoor air. And he wrote at that time how to grow fresh air 50 houseplants that purify your home or office. So it was very revolutionary at the time. And I did interview him, and I have a few articles out there where I have interviewed him about how houseplants clean the air and about how it all came about that they did discover that. So how it came about is that he was, and he wrote, the book came out in 1997, and he had been working prior to that for nearly 20 years for NASA. He was developing technology that would enable humans to live in a closed environments on the moon or Mars. And his research showed, they were really surprised to find out, that houseplants act as the lungs and the kidneys of buildings. So they are the quickest and most effective filters of dangerous common air pollutants. We're talking about ammonia, xylene, benzene, formaldehyde, those sorts of things. Those chemicals cause everything from allergy and asthma symptoms to sick building syndrome when they're stuck inside homes. So houseplants are actually able to scour your home of these sorts of chemicals. Now the question is, well, I don't have those kind of chemicals. I don't bring those kind of chemicals inside. Actually, yes, you do, because packaging materials have those chemicals in them. If you do your nails, nail polish remover will do that for you. Any kind of harsh cleaning agents that you're using in your home. And particle board furniture is full of it. So the list goes on. So yes, we do have those chemicals in our homes, and carpeting is another source when it's new. Especially before those items will outgas, which release those chemicals into the air, but as you know, they're releasing them into the air. So the great news is that plants, like all of these beautiful plants, will do a great job of cleaning the air. Houseplants clean indoor air in two ways. They absorb pollutants into their leaves and transmit the toxins to their roots, where they are transformed into a source of food for the plant. The other way they clean the air is they emit water vapors, which creates a pumping action that pulls dirty air down around the plant's roots, where it is once again converted into food for the plants. So that's a really cool thing to know. Now, for those of you with allergies and asthma, I actually have allergies and asthma. There's some good news. Doctors will tell people, get all the plants out of your house, and you don't want any of the soil, and that's going to cause more asthma symptoms. Well, to tell you, I was told by B.C. Wolverton years ago that that's actually the opposite. Thank goodness. I would have continued to grow houseplants anyway. I've been growing indoor houseplants since I was 7, but at least I could do it knowing that it was actually false. So he also found that the plants even would clean the air of things like mold and mildew spores. And I do know when I am in environments where there are not very many plants in indoor environments, my asthma is much worse than when I am in my home and other homes where there's more humidity coming from, and the plants are actually helping to clean the air. So if you are still concerned, however, what you can do is you can use something like gravel or generally gravel. Sand, you have to be very careful with. It has to be horticultural sand if you're going to do this with sand, because if it's not, sand has salt in it and you're going to create other problems. But what happens if you use something like gravel or something like sand on the top of the soil, so you're mulching the soil, you're going to keep any mold spores from coming into your air, and you will also do double duty of keeping your soil moist longer, so you will don't need to water as frequently. So how so what are some of the top plants? So in his book, the 50 top ones, a lot of them are houseplants. Not all of them are. I think if I remember correctly, azalea was one of them, I think, or something. Gerbera daisy, I'm pretty sure is. Some of those are much more difficult to grow indoors. However, there are plenty on the list that you can grow indoors. I've got examples of them right here. So here are some of the top air cleaners. We have right here, we have dracaena. So you can see any plants in the dracaena family. And those are, I have a video on a lot of other dracaenas, but this is a really nice plant. They get to be big plants. You can also get them in smaller versions like that. Another plant that gets nice and big, and remember, the bigger the plant, the more foliage, the more it will clean your air. Here's a Schefflera, so that's another really nice plant that will do really well indoors and will clean your air like crazy. Another one, a big one, one of the top ones, is the peace lily. Lovely plant, really pretty white flower when it blooms. And this one I have another video on how to grow this one, and this one does a great job cleaning your indoor air. Another pretty one that you can do that does a really good job cleaning your air here we've got is anthurium. So you can see this has a really nice spathe, which is also a sort, it's a flower, but it's actually a leaf form of a flower. Another great one for cleaning indoor air is many of the ivies. So you can see that one here. So ivy's great. Remember too, if you have plants, you want to get plants, as many plants around your home as possible. Also, the closer they are to you, the cleaner the air you will be breathing. So having them in your bedroom, having them near your workspace in your home, where you work a lot, in the kitchen, dining room, where you sit in the living room, that sort of thing. And nice thing about things like the ivy that I just showed you is that they are hanging plants. So you can get plants up high cleaning the air, plants down below cleaning the air. Another really big air cleaner is right here, you can see this, is the spider plant. And the spider plant, this is Lucy. She's been the star of a few videos and she's doing great. We revived her. So spider plants are another top of the list air cleaner. Actually, the spider plants are the ones that got a lot of attention back in the 90s when the book came out as being great air cleaners, but they're all really nice too. Another plant here, Humphrey. Humphrey has also been the star of some videos recently, and we've got Humphrey here so you can see him. So the dieffenbachia is another great air cleaner. Okay, we also have palms, several different types of palms. This is a really nice palm. So many different types of palms do a fabulous job of cleaning the indoor air. And the nice thing is they get nice and big too, so they can be a real powerhouse for cleaning air. We have here arrowhead plant. I love this plant. It's a gorgeous plant, gorgeous leaves, comes in variegated forms, and this one also does a fabulous job of cleaning the air. You can see it's got the arrow-shaped leaves, which is where it gets the name arrowhead plant. I have a video on growing this one and getting this one to be nice and healthy. Let's see here, and we don't want to forget, we have also philodendrons. So the standard philodendron here, show you it keeps getting, so this is another vining plant, really pretty leaf. Sometimes people get this one confused with pothos, but it's actually its own plant. Not to be confused with Monstera deliciosa, which is also often called split leaf philodendron, which is actually a different species. But this is a standard philodendron. Makes a nice hanging plant, makes a nice climbing plant if you want to put this guy on a trellis in your home as well. Another nice hanging climbing plant is, whoops, almost dropped it, the pothos. Easy to grow plant. This is another really good air cleaner. So let's see, I think I have covered, oh no, now we also have over here, as soon as I get this in front of you here. So this is a croton. This is a big croton, so it's doing a really good job at getting things cleaned. Really nice variegated plant, and crotons do a fabulous job of cleaning the air as well. And we also don't want to forget Henry, who's coming around, and he has been helped as well. He's the guy that's been the star of our Saving a Plant from Root Rot series. So here Henry is. So the ficus rubber tree plant does a great job also of cleaning the air. They get nice and big as well. And last but not least, we have Dendrobium orchid. Not Dendrobium, sorry, Spathiphyllum. I have a video on dendrobiums, but the dendrobiums also do a good job. But the Spathiphyllum's beautiful plant. This one is been blooming for several months now, so some of the flowers are getting a little droopy there, but it's still looking good. So the moth orchid, also known as Phalaenopsis, is the botanical name. They do a really good job of cleaning indoor air as well. So as you can see, there's a very wide variety of plants that do a fabulous job of cleaning your indoor air. So as I always say, the more plants, the more houseplants you have in your home, the merrier, the prettier, and now you can say the more houseplants you have in your home, the more healthy your air will be. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.